couldn't you just leave it be? Let me go. Why are you doing this to me? You and the Baroness. Dr. Gebhardt, I don't know. Don't you understand what you are forcing me to do? You don't have to. It is almost over. You won't feel a thing. I am sorry you have to see all this. I should have used more chloroform.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to The Raven Legacy of a Master Thief. It's Chapter 2, Ancestry of Lies. It was released yesterday. Zellner's trapped here in the medical facility with Dr. Gebhardt. We've got to find a way out of here. Gotta distract him somehow. Maybe I can kick this over. Anesthesia. Murder of the Baroness. His plan. This is weird.
Why did the Baroness have to snoop around? Why did you have to snoop around? And that glove there. You want to plant evidence on me, yeah? I left no evidence. There is no trail. And yet you can't just leave me in peace, can you?
Right, let's see if we can maybe kick this over, search the bowl. Look at Zellner. He's completely trapped there, isn't he? Can't search the bowl. Examine the brown bottle. Chloroform.
Still partly numb.
This is so weird. Put the footrest up. Alright, let's do that then. So that's done. Unfasten the straps. Can't do it. It's too tight. Take the chloroform. Can't reach it, obviously. We need to find a way. Maybe talk to Gebhardt again. Anesthesia.
Chloroform? I had it in my bag. Just in case. You were supposed to be asleep. I am not a monster, you know? I have nothing against you. Nothing at all.
Well, let me go then.
But what can I do? You forced my hand.
Let's all just forget about this, if you let me go. Come on. If you let me go, I'll completely forget about it and we can just get on with our lives. That's all.
On and on.
Let's ask about his plan.
And what next? Heart failure happens a lot at your age, especially given your background. I am still considering whether I should throw you overboard. Don't leave evidence. No evidence. But what if I'm seen? My plan was perfect. And then you ruined everything!
Alright, okay, well, we need to get out of here before we do have heart failure. So we can't take the chloroform. Search the bowl, can move closer to that.
A pair of scissors.
Alright, can we take them? We can use those to cut the straps, probably. That's right, Zellner. You're the beast. Cut the straps, do it. We're free! Knock him out! get something. Bit of chloroform. Yes. Let's do this. Take him out from behind. Crap. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Easy, Mr. Zellner. You will only hurt yourself. Shall we begin?
Use the syringe. Do it, Zellner.
No, please.
Oh, this is so weird.
It's almost over.
Just pick the syringe up. He's got it. Oh, damn. It's stuck in his jaw. Ow.
I will.
He's gone.
Are you okay?
Damn. Wow. What a great start to chapter 2. Gebhardt is knocked out. Zellner may have just saved himself there from being killed. So I think it's pretty much safe to say that Dr. Gebhardt was the guy that killed the Baroness in chapter 1. But is he the Raven as well? I'm sure we're going to find out.
Thanks.
A wet towel works miracles. I told you so.
Out with it then. What were you doing down there?
Inspector, at least let the constable recover his breath.
He almost killed himself.
Me? No. Dr. Gebhardt would have taken care of that for me. Where is he?
Gebhardt? He's vanished without a trace. We're searching the ship from top to bottom.
One at a time. Tell me, Zellner, what did you find out?
Dr. Gebhardt killed Baroness von Trebitz.
Impossible.
Do you have proof?
Besides the fact that he wanted to kill me?
But wasn't the doctor with you when the shot was fired?
The shot was a distraction. The shot came from the tape. But it was still him. The shot came from the tape because if you remember, guys, from the last episode, it was on the tape.
The shot that we heard was a recording. The Baroness had a tape recorder and good speakers in her cabin. Good enough to make the noise audible on the upper deck.
Is that just your suspicion, or do you have proof?
Audio tape in the medical facility. It was there.
An audio tape in the medical center. The reel belongs to the tape player in the Baroness's cabin. And there's a sibling reel in her cabin that belongs to the recorder in the medical center.
Yeah.
After a few minutes, there's a loud bang on the audio tape. That's our gunshot.
Where did Gebhardt get it from?
He recorded it in the cargo hold. His tape recorder has a microphone, and I removed a bullet from one of the boxes down there.
And it came from the murder weapon?
At least that's my assumption. There can't be many Luger 08 pistols on board. Right, Inspector Legrand?
All right.
Oh, here we go. Oliver.
Inspector Legrand.
Let's pretend you're onto something. The shot we heard was just a recording. What happened next?
We all ran to the Baroness's cabin. She lay comatose in a pool of blood. Dr. Gebhardt pushed past you so that you couldn't get too close to the Baroness. He examined her and pronounced her
Why are we
dead.
looking at her?
There was no reason for us to
Keeps
doubt
doing
him.
that weird thing with
The
her
shot,
eyebrows.
The blood.
What's going on there?
Baroness lying there lifelessly. But she was only unconscious. Knocked out by the chloral hydrate that the doctor had poured into her glass shortly before.
The doctor had a glass in his hand when you came in.
He wanted to remove the evidence, but you gave me the glass instead, Captain DeConti, and unintentionally knocked me out as well.
Nonsense. There was blood everywhere. And the Baroness is certainly dead enough, isn't she?
Then who did shoot her? And when?
She wasn't shot, she was poisoned. The doctor in the medical facility. The doctor in the cabin. So she wasn't shot because if you remember, it was fake blood that we found within the medical center.
She wasn't shot. She was poisoned.
And yet I saw the hole in her chest with my own eyes.
Aha!
She must have been shot.
Well, ingenious. Where was she shot?
Alright, so it was the doctor in the cabin then, because it wouldn't be in the medical facility, would it?
Then it was the doctor, of course. He shot the sleeping Baroness in her cabin, barely 10 meters away from us.
What are you saying?
The doctor was alone in the cabin for a while. When the alarm went off, it was deafening. I couldn't even hear myself.
And I found a pillow with burn marks. Could have been used to muffle a gunshot.
And the blood?
The blood wasn't real. Dr. Gebhardt mixed up a liquid that looked like fresh blood to the casual observer. But the liquid remained red instead of becoming darker and browner from exposure to the air. That meant he had to clean the body and get rid of the bedding.
But the blood was already there when we first entered the cabin.
Dr. Gebhardt was in the Baroness's cabin before the murder. He hid a surgical glove full of the red liquid under her sheet. The Baroness, dead tired, fell onto her bed. The glove burst and the blood spread across the bed. I found the burst glove in the medical center.
But why did he do it? What was his motive?
Inspector?
Give me that. Right, it was about the eye of the Sphinx. She blackmailed the doctor. I can only speculate. I'm thinking that she blackmailed the doctor because if you remember earlier in this video, the doctor said, why did she have to butt in, basically? Why did she have to be nosy? I'm thinking then she blackmailed the doctor. It was about the eye of the Sphinx. It's either one of those two, but I'm going to go for she blackmailed the doctor.
The Baroness was blackmailing Dr. Gebhardt.
What's your reasoning?
Isn't blackmail always a good motive?
It's worthless without proof.
Alright, okay, so it's about the eye, obviously.
It had to do with the eye of the Sphinx.
Just checking.
The Baroness was supposed to bring one of the keys to Cairo.
So Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven?
I don't think so, but perhaps he was working with him.
No, no, no.
Do you have anything to contribute, Constable?
Confession, sir.
Hello, what's on the letter?
Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven.
No way.
It's all here. He admits to everything.
What does it say?
It says, do you still remember, my dear Nico? The streets were wet with rain and the scent of roasted barley and fermenting yeast wafted over to us from the brewery. The dog barked until your shot struck down the innocent one. After that silence, not a single sound except for my soft steps fading on the wet cobblestone street. They made a hero of you, and I, at last, found peace. At least until the urge returned. Some of us are not made for retirement, my friend. I thought they would assign this case to you, and that thought pleased me. We'd finally find out who was truly the better man. And it pains me now to have to admit that you and your little gumshoe got the better of me. You drove me into a corner, forced me to make mistakes. I congratulate you on your triumph, but no one will confine the Raven to a cage. There is but one way out, and that is by my own hand. Farewell, Raven Hunter. R.
Holy crap. Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven. No way. Oh, look at that. New pictures unlocked. And I've also got an achievement. Awesome.
Inspector?
I was right. I told them all, over and over again. But no one would listen.
You think that Dr. Gebhardt was really the Raven?
The things Gebhardt describes in his letter aren't part of any police report. Only someone who was there would know them.
Couldn't there have been others involved? One of the police, for instance. What if one of them changed sides?
Why is it so hard for you to accept the simple truth? There was never a new Raven. There was only ever the old one. And that was Dr. Gebhardt.
The modus operandi doesn't match. The Raven was not a killer.
Legends are rarely what they seem to be, Constable Zellner.
Alright, okay. So the Raven wasn't a killer, but Gebhard killed the Baroness. The dead man? The dead man? Let's do it.
Then who was the man who was killed back then?
William Jackson, a petty thief, committed some burglaries together with his brother. Talented, but not world-class.
And they thought he was the Raven.
Some people thought it was part of his disguise. If you're a debonair master thief, what better disguise than pretending to be a common crook? From time to time you let them catch you pulling small jobs, and no one ever imagines you're capable of a major heist.
But you didn't believe it.
I had my doubts, but everyone congratulated me and those doubts were pushed aside. It was like being caught in a storm, but eventually the storm passed and my doubts were still there.
But not this time? No doubts telling you that Gebhard isn't our man?
It must be him.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because if Gebhard is the Raven, and they say that he's completely escaped the ship, we're in the middle of the ocean. Where the hell could he have possibly gone? He can't fly. He's just a man. This is weird. Let's just mention about the letter.
What about the handwriting, the wording? Does the farewell letter match the Raven's other letters?
Yes, it's his handwriting, his words.
So it's definitely
I've read all
Gebhard
the
then.
Raven's letters, all of them, over and over again.
I never thought it was possible. A resurrected Raven.
The Raven was never dead. I shot the wrong man.
But that man had the stolen goods, didn't he? So he must have been in league with the Raven. One could hardly call him innocent. Where do we go from here?
We deliver the eye and then I'll contact Paris. The task force will compare all of Gebhard's known residences with the Raven's activity.
And if there are any inconsistencies?
You're welcome to keep an eye on the safe if you can't let it go. The ship will remain in Cairo for 1 day. That's all the time you'll have to catch your own Raven. I already have mine.
Awesome. God, I love this game. Gets your mind thinking. It's amazing.